What is going on, broskies? It is Lupus, and in today's video I wanted to go over some new information having to do with the Naval Strike DLC within Battlefield 4. You guys probably remember about a week ago I did make a video talking about a lot of the things that I would like to see and that are probably going to be possibilities within it. And today, DICE decided to update the description page for the Naval Strike DLC, giving us a lot more information than we previously had. So what I wanted to do was go over today everything that we know thus far, and kind of approve some of the speculations I had beforehand. You guys probably remember that I did talk about the 4 possible map names. Well, those have been confirmed to be the actual 4 map names, and I also talked about that I thought that submarines were going to be introduced within the DLC, and it turns out that is going to be within there too. So what I think the submarines are going to end up doing, according to the description, it says you can drop a submarine on your foes as you infiltrate a naval base. So what I'm assuming is you will probably be able to drop it off of your aircraft carrier that you spawn on or something along those lines once you get a certain amount of points, or once you have a certain objective captured to where your commander can then send in the submarine or something along those lines, and then you will be able to use it. So I think that will be something really awesome. I think it's probably going to act something like an AC-130 in the water instead of being in the sky, and I think it's going to be something really interesting, adding a new element to the game. Another thing we recently found out is that there are going to be 5 weapons introduced into this DLC that are all new to Battlefield 4. So what I'm going to assume is that maybe these are weapons that we haven't seen in previous Battlefield games before, or it has been a while since we have seen them in there. Maybe we're going to see some more Bad Company 2 weapons, but odds are they're actually going to introduce some new weapons. All the DLCs thus far have included basically nothing but weapons that have been in previous Battlefield games. So according to the description, it says 5 weapons all new to Battlefield 4. I'm hoping that means that they're all new to just Battlefield in general, because I would really like to see some new weapons that we haven't previously seen. Another thing they talked about is that they are now introducing an amphibious hovercraft vehicle, and what I'm going to do is put up a picture on screen right here so you guys can see what I believe they are talking about. It's basically going to be something like a rib boat in a way, where it is just basically a boat, I think, but it could also be one of those things that transport tanks and stuff like you had on Karg Island in Battlefield 3, where it would kind of come up on shore once you got past the first objective on Rush, or it would just already be there on Conquest and would hold your Abram tanks as well as your Jeep. So maybe it's going to be that, but there's definitely a couple possibilities on what that could be, and I'm interested to see what they actually end up doing it. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is that there are 2 gadgets that are going to be introduced. One is a 3 grenade launcher, which I'm assuming it's not going to just shoot 3 grenades at a time, because that would be kind of OP. What I think it is going to be is a grenade launcher that can shoot up to 3 rounds before having to reload, and that will probably be really good. You can have basically an M320 that you don't have to reload every single time. I'm assuming they probably lower the damage a little bit so it wouldn't be quite as highly explosive, so that it would be a balanced piece of equipment, but I definitely think be something interesting to add to the game. The next thing is an anti-heli mine, which is something really odd, and you guys might think this could be a little bit overpowered. The helicopters are already somewhat a little bit weak within Battlefield 4, and the last thing you need is something that you can that can take down helicopters. And basically what it is it just disables the helicopter. I'm assuming after multiple hits, of course, it will destroy it, but it is basically something that will shoot a projectile up into the air, disabling the aircraft, making it hard for them to fly, and potentially making them crash. And the main reason for this is these maps are going to be primarily naval battles, so you guys have to realize that there's not going to be a lot of land and places for people to go, and a lot of people are just going to be sitting ducks in the water. So this gives the aerial vehicles a really big advantage, so introducing an anti-heli mine will balance that out. So I think that's a great idea, and that is some good thinking that DICE has introduced that shows that they're actually trying to improve the game a little bit and still working on the issues that are at hand. The last and final thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about, and I know you guys are the most interested to hear this because it is in the title of the video and is probably one of the coolest things thus far. This was actually introduced to me by my friend Age1000. I got home from school. He sent me the link to this page, and he told me about the new Titan mode being reintroduced into Battlefield 4. So what is going to happen is a game mode called Carrier Assault is going to be introduced within the DLC. And if you guys have ever played Battlefield 2142, you guys remember Titan mode. And if you haven't, I'm going to give you guys a brief explanation of what Titan mode is. Basically, each team had a Titan, which was a massive warship, and what each team had to do was try and get into it, infiltrate it, and destroy the core of it, winning the game. So what they're going to do now is the carriers are going to replace the Titans, and you are supposed to infiltrate the enemy carrier while protecting your own, trying to make it into it and destroy the carrier and win the game, pretty much. So some of you might think this may not be that interesting, but what I've heard is that there will also be a conquest like on top of it, so you'll have to control flags, you'll have to focus on destroying them, and you'll have to focus on protecting yourself. So there's a lot of things to focus on, and it'll definitely make it for a very interesting game mode. I've never played 2142 to be honest, and I have no idea what Titan mode was like, but I'm definitely really interested to see how this game mode is going to work within Battlefield 4. It's probably one of the most interesting things within Naval Strike, but overall, Naval Strike does seem like one of the most interesting DLCs that we are going to be getting for Battlefield 4. If you guys did enjoy this video, then I would really appreciate it if you guys would like. I know I haven't been uploading as often as I would like. The reason for that is just life. I'm in high school. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a formal coming up soon. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and there's just all kinds of things that I've been having going on that I've kind of had to focus on a little bit more. And I am trying to get at least 2 or 3 videos out a week, but I'm going to try and get back on the ball and hopefully upload a little bit more often than that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to hear your opinions on the topic in the comment section down below. But as always, this has been Lupus, and I will catch you guys in the next one.